All right, my topic. It goes like this: if you could have you order it offline for free, you're getting one free. What would the car be from a movie? Any car from any movie you can have now.
Does it have to just be movie or can it be TV? Can we open it up to TV?
We'll do one. You only get one movie car,
one movie and one TV
car, and then you have to pick between them. Okay. I'll go first with my movie car. I'll think about my TV.
We'll do the movie car.
Movie car obviously is the Ecto 1. I want the Ecto 1. And
where are you going to park that?
Where are you going to suck?
No, you can't park that thing.
No, I'm saying in the
movie,
like it's like not supposed to be.
But then they fix it up. They fix it up.
Yeah.
But like the thing about the Ecto 1 is impractical.
You're not going to park it anywhere.
I didn't mean it as a pejorative.
I would roll with you in the Ecto 1 though, because there's so much space in that.
Right. Oh yeah, there's plenty of space.
We can lay down in the back. We can cuddle.
It's the Miller Meteorite. It's the combo ambulance hearse deal.
Yeah,
it's huge.
It's big.
Beautiful. I've thought many a time about restoring one. I used to talk about it with my dad all the time.
That would be amazing, actually.
It would be. The problem is living in San Francisco, nowhere to park.
So what if we did this when this show gets huge?
Yeah,
we're on the cusp.
Right, we're right there.
6, 7, 18 more years, and we are cherried out.
Yeah. We're huge.
We buy an Ecto 1, painted just like Ghostbusters, but instead of the Ghostbusters sign, it's that.
Right no, there. That's terrible. We're gonna put that on the door. We're gonna look like a bunch of idiots.
I think we're gonna look like a bunch of idiots anyway for driving around the Ecto 1.
Here's my 2 Ecto 1 stories.
Okay.
Number 1.
I love that you have 2 Ecto 1 stories.
I'll start with the most recent one. Is that we all know I hate Muni here in San Francisco,
no
right?
one likes Muni.
So I always get to the point, that cusp of, do I want to buy a car? Is it time to buy a car again?
Do it.
It's
that's such an unnecessary expense.
I know that's that's why it hasn't happened. Is because insurance, car payment, it's not gas,
and work pays for our Muni Pass.
Exactly, I'm with you on all these things. But when I get really desperate, I'd come to the conclusion of what I would do is buy a Mini Cooper. Because it's a small car, you can park anywhere.
I already have one.
Christine's got one. I don't have one. But stick with me though. What I would do is get the Mini Cooper, get the white one, and then I would pay them to put the Ghostbusters logos on the doors in the back, and then just have a black top. I don't want to go put lights on it and everything else because people try to break them off. But when I started thinking it through and I said people will try to break them off, it dawned on me that I don't have garage parking here, so I'm parking on the street. I'd be every shithead kid in the neighborhood would be running up trying to write shit on my car.
Yep, 100%.
Also, I want to blend in sometimes. I don't need every time I go to the movies in the store be that guy.
You can get magnets made.
Nick,
like they do.
Nick.
You put the magnets on the car.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah.
So you take them off when you come out.
Yeah, I'm not going to fucking half-ass my already half-assed.
I love that would be part of your process in the morning too. You'd like get up, gotta go to work. Is it an
Ecto 1 day? It's an Ecto 1 day. Slap
Guys,
on.
I am feeling it today.
So Ecto 1 is for your movie.
Yeah.
But do you have a television car or are you just going to go with Ecto
1? No, I'm not gonna pull one of those and do like a real Ghostbusters Ecto 1. I'm not gonna pull that. I hadn't thought that far. My other Ecto 1 story though.
Oh, you have another Ecto 1.
As a kid, my parents would always say, "Oh yeah, when you get to be old enough, we'll fix it up and do that and yada 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 yada." And of course, it never happened because that's stupid things you say to stupid kids, right? But one time in college, we were playing our drinking game Caps, and I had had a few. And my dad was visiting, and he was playing Caps with us. And I brought this up and said something like, "Oh yeah, and that never happened." And my dad was all like, to my friend roommate, he's just like, help pay for school. I do all these different things, pay for school, do all the, help him. And this is the thing he calls me, and I was like, oh, I'm such an asshole. And like immediately apologized, like I was joking. I didn't mean it like that. I felt really bad.
And then you haven't talked to your dad ever again.
Never talked to him again.
He won't answer his calls.
Talk to me that way in front of my friends, old man. Pop, get out. Find your own lodging.
Break your hip.
Find your own
Break that
lodging.
hip off.
Yeah. So let me think on a car. I don't have, or from TV. I don't have a car TV. So
Well, the only reason I say car from TV is because the car that I've always wanted. And by always, I mean when I was a kid. This was the car that for me was just like the end-all be-all car. Was Magnum PI's Ferrari.
Really?
That thing was
I could have sworn he was going to go Kit.
That's the only car I can think of from TV that's impressive.
No, dude. I mean,
the voice of Feeney, by the way.
Kit was badass.
Did you know he was voiced by Feeney?
I did not, but it makes sense now that you say it. That's awesome. Cool car. I think it was a Camaro, maybe. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Magnum PI had a Ferrari, okay? Yeah. And he would just hop into it without opening the door. Because Tom Selleck was so tall that he could just like lift himself up and like put himself into the car and then roll out and hang out with whatever girl was there on that episode that day. I wanted that lifestyle. A lot of the time materialistic things just kind of sell you on a lifestyle that you're never going to have. But I honestly think if I had that Ferrari and that estate, I could have that lifestyle. I don't have his body or his hairline or that amazing mustache.
You could easily have a good mustache if you shaved all that shit off.
Should I do Movember? I hate Movember.
Where you grow? No, because you already have it.
No,
It's not
you
impressive.
cut it. You cut it. Just
to be a mustache, yeah, in November for prostate
I can't do
cancer.
it. I'm not gonna
right?
do it. I'll do it if you do it.
I can't. This is the best I can even do.
Your mustache would be disgusting.
Oh, it would be the worst.
It would
be like that kid in 5th grade that was in your class that had a
God.
mustache already, and
You're
you're
like,
like, how
"Dude,
the?
shave
And your
it."
dad would be like, that's because he's shaving before he's ready to do it, and I'd be really horrified, and I wouldn't want to shave, and I'd be afraid of razors. that never happened. That's just what I was thinking.
Right.
You know,
That's how you thought the conversation
No,
with
wait,
your
what?
father would go.
No, that really did happen.
Oh.
I think as far as movies are concerned, the only one that really comes to mind is the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
Ryan McCaffrey really had one of those.
I know, and I always thought they were cool cars, but then I don't know what it was about me. I was a very pragmatic kid. People were like, "No, they're not very good," and that company's out of
they're supposed to be
business.
shit.
And I was like, "Oh, well, I don't want that car because I don't want. I mean, I'm gonna hemorrhage dollars trying to fix this thing up all the time," which apparently is very true. Still a cool looking car, probably the most unique.
The
thing
doors
ever.
are so cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
That's what they had.
So those would be my 2 picks. I mean,
Okay.
they're kind of either a close second, the white Testarossa from Miami Vice that Don Johnson used to roll on.
Don
Crockett.
Johnson was the
Crockett
fucking
and Tubbs,
man.
man. They had bad because they had the Ferraris that were like the most ornate Ferraris, the ones with the giant like fins on the side of the doors that were like almost like depending on what light, either the most hideous thing you've ever seen or like just immediately drop your panties. I'm getting in that car.
Yeah.
Like it's Don
Why'd
Johnson.
you have to take off your panties to get in the car?
Because that's what it warrants.
Wow.
That's what it begs. It's an all-white Testarossa. Like,
I love Miami Vice.
Go with it.
I think I'm getting
that's
that right. I'm pretty sure there's
I
a show
think the
that had a
age of
Testarossa.
good TV or good cars on TV is gone. I can't think of any that I would be like I've ever been like, oh yeah.
No, because all the cars are the sponsorships now, right? It's all Ford. So
Sure.
Ford just sponsors everything. Like 24, okay, Ford. That's it.
So I have 2 cars, and by the way, I'm terrified of driving, so I'm not gonna actually drive either of them. The first one is the Batmobile, and I'm surprised no one said this.
Which one? Give me a
Specifically,
version.
George Clooney's Batmobile.
Oh my god!
Specifically
From Batman and Robin's
Robin, yeah.
Batmobile.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the worst.
It's the you're exposed
I know
the whole time. You
It
get
is
shot in
I
the
just wanted to say
head.
to make you mad. But the real best car was George Costanza's car when he bought John Voight's car in Seinfeld.
Driving around in John Voight's car.
Yeah, so that's the car I would go for. Is
That's
the car
pretty amazing.
specifically with the pencil in the glove compartment that has the bite marks on it that then he brings to a party and shows a dentist friend of his if he thinks that this is John Voight's bite marks. But then the guy puts the pencil in his mouth. That's the whole thing. So yeah, John Voight's car.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
At least it's original. Ecto 1.
You're always telling me how original for liking Ghostbusters as much as I like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, it's true. Is
There's not many ghost heads like me.
that what you're called?
Yeah,
Now,
that's what we
Tim,
call each other. That's what we
Tim,
call
can I
ourselves.
guess your
Go
car?
for it.
I'm going to go with the purple GTO from Fast and Furious.
No.
Really?
No.
You wouldn't go with Dom's car?
No.
Dom's car's that black muscle car.
I
No,
would
he
go.
had the purple GTO for a while.
Oh,
a
did he?
GTO.
Did he? Is that what he's known for?
You and your amazing haircut. Look at how clean
it's a
cut
good
and tight
haircut.
you look.
This is the best part about doing Up at Noon before this show is that I get makeup and hair for
It
this
looks
show too.
Really good. It looks really good.
I want to give a shout out to
Thanks,
the Mona
Lex.
Lisa, which is Han's car.
Oh,
In
that
Tokyo.
was my close second.
Yeah. My movie car, hands down, the magic carpet from Aladdin. Oh, it
the
counts.
fuck?
It definitely
That does
counts.
not count.
It counts specifically because
Shit.
It's
When
like
I was younger-
a sentient being.
we had a carpet
Yeah,
that looked like
slavery.
it, and we put it on my friend's car, and then we got on top of it and drove around, and that's a true story.
How are you alive?
Playing
How are you
Whole New
still
World,
alive?
blasting from the car.
Does that
below
count
us.
as ghost?
Are you
riding
asking
the
how he's? Let me just ask you a quick question, okay?
Yeah.
Because you asked him how he's still alive, and I really want clarification on this. Are you asking how Tim's still alive because you felt like he would fall off the top of the car when he was doing this, or are you wondering if Tim's still alive because someone around him didn't beat the living shit out of him for doing that?
I'll be
I
honest with
believe you
you.
would have got your ass kicked for doing
When
something
you
like
first
that.
started that, I was leaning heavily toward option one, but now I'm going option two. No, Tim, every single story you have is either the most asinine,
We got trapped on a roof.
dangerous. We got trapped on a roof. I had to jump a 50-foot gap to a branch. Some guy came
2
after
feet.
me, and my dad killed him. Like, I just don't understand how you're still living.
Hey, so the extension of this story is I had my friends I had poster boards that would have like pyramids on it, and it said Egypt, and then another one had the Eiffel Tower. And I had a bunch of monuments from around the world, and we drove around all
Were
the
you
different
filming this?
monuments.
Did you film
yes,
it?
of course I
Okay,
filmed.
okay.
Where
This
is the
all on
footage of
video.
this?
Oh, it's so good.
This
I'll
can make
show
us
you
big
later.
bucks, Tim.
But,
I'll buy
but
it.
yeah,
That's
I'll
really
buy the
good.
rights to your.
so Whole New World's playing. as
Aladdin
we're
fan fiction.
cruising around the world. I'm a genius.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's
So-
one word for it.
Yeah. So there's
One
that.
word for
The easiest answer is Optimus Prime, but I don't want
That's
Optimus
another.
Prime.
All your things are slavery.
No. I want Jazz,
Jazz
the
is
Transformer
badass.
Jazz, because he's a G and he likes Earth and he plays hip hop music.
So you want to
I don't
own a
like
person.
hip-hop
You want to
music.
own
No,
a sentient.
I want to be
being.
cool. I want it'd be a cool friendship and stuff would be good.
Okay.
Now, this doesn't count as movie or TV. It's a commercial car, but I want it more than anything. I want the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Because that thing, when people see that down the street,
It's happiness.
that's what power looks like.
Yeah.
I applied.
That
to,
is what power looks like. That's a great point.
I applied to drive the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
I had
came to school touring because they like take you on. You take summer vacation and go do
Oh
it.
my god! If you get it though, if you win the right, Greg, you got to take it on a joyride. It's
had-
worth the prison time.
I had friends. I remember my brother's ex-wife had two friends that they did that. They drove it around for like 3 months.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Like
You
that.
do it
It's
in 3 month
ridiculous.
shifts. Yeah.
That's
It's
so I
crazy.
came across it 3 times in my life. I am blessed for those opportunities. One was recent with my good friend Kevin, and it was in front of us.
Big
and
Kev.
we
Shout out to
stopped what we were doing, which was very important. I think we might have been on the way to Chick-fil-A at that point.
Oh, that is important. That's essential.
And we just were like, fuck this, we're following him. And we followed him for way too long until we decided we should stop following him.
Because it's creepy.
Yeah.
Tailing it.
But like,
And
we,
that
we
story-
wanted to know where he was
That
going.
story should have ended with you getting arrested and somehow killed or executed, but it doesn't because you're Tim.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
But
charming. You kind of
this
charm
would be-
your way out of it.
They told stories of that when they were like, they were telling, you're talking about the job with people of like, they'd go to movies or whatever because they're traveling across the country, so they have all the time in the world to kill when they're not in events. And they're going to movies and come out and, like there's a million people outside of their car and they have to like talk and be like sociable. That's how it would be with the Ecto One, either the real Ecto One or
yeah.
the Ecto One Mini Cooper.
The first
I'll buy
time
you
I
like
saw him,
I don't think that's how it would be with
I was
the
a little
Ecto One
kid.
Mini Cooper.
It
It
came
would
out and gave me a
totally.
little
I'd be that
whistle.
guy.
Maybe. Oh, I had the whistle.
Yeah.
I had the whistle. Yeah.
Love that.
So
whistle.
wait, what? The Ecto One isn't it like a Ford Taurus?
The Ecto what?
It's a Cadillac.
Oh, Cadillac,
It's a
right.
giant
No, I'm
ambulance
thinking-
hearse.
I'm-
mix.
It was a hearse.
Okay.
Well, it's a Miller Meteorite mix. Anyways,
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking of that.
1959.
I'm thinking of that form factor. So
sure,
it's
but I mean,
it's
a Taurus isn't that
Yeah,
big.
no, you're right.
Yeah, this thing's a boat.
So we can't. How expensive could it possibly be to buy one of those?
Oh, it's not bad. No, I've looked
$200
into all this.
probably.
No, more than that.
$300 maybe.
No, well, yeah,
Max,
no, more than that.
$350.
300 max.
That's as high as I'll go.
Kelly's Blue Book.
I'm gonna change my movie. My mind was too easy. That was too much of a gimme. I almost said DMX. The DeLorean.
DMX.
I'm calling it. I'm gonna go with the Aston Martin from Casino Royale.
I was
because
surprised that
car
you didn't go with James Bond.
Was amazing, and actually that's probably the one car that I'm like, if I could have the car, that's the car. Just in general. God, it was cool. And then he wrecks it at the end.
You know what I want?
That
You
would
know,
be
like the
mine.
car I really like authentically,
got it.
like realistically would want. The last couple of years, Cadillac's been making some fucking sweet ass, like just beautiful sedans with these amazing interiors. I want an American car.
Yeah.
And Cadillacs are just so classy. They're a little more truncated and tighter now. They're not so like the
They're not as
boaty,
big.
especially
See, I miss
park
that.
them here.
I miss when my grandmother had a Cadillac.
Oh my
and
God.
every time I got into it, I would you have to cross yourself because you're like, shit, this is gonna be the day. I know, I can feel it. She's gonna drive us off a damn bridge.
Oh yeah,
And there was not a
driving
single
stories.
bridge in Riverside where I grew up, but I knew somehow it was gonna happen.
Did you like my tweet for you today, by the way? Did you
Yes.
see-
Which one was your tweet today? You've been doing some amazing tweets.
My by the way, speaking of old grandma cars, my grandma drove a Buick around. I swear to God, that
Yeah.
thing was 1/10 of a mile long.
Yeah, my
It was like
grandma drove
unbelievable. Like
Buicks,
you
too.
had to like take.
The mile long.
She had to like
it's a
go into the
fucking
driveway, take it right to the driveway. You have to like go left and like fucking pull it into the drive. It was like so ridiculous.
That is amazing.
My favorite was when we were leaving Portillo's once, Grandma driving, and she turned a left onto a one-way street and was coming at oncoming traffic leaving the Portillo's. That Linda now works at.
Oh wow.
That was a very
That
good
happens way too often. The whole we're accidentally going the wrong way in a one way, and that feeling is
happened
so
maybe
unique.
once.
I
That
saw
was
someone do
maybe-
that in LA today on Figueroa in downtown LA. He just came out of a parking lot and it went like this. Oh shit, and just took off as the light was at like the 5 lanes were coming toward him. And I was like, ballsy, because you got to commit. At that point, you got.
Wait, he committed to going at them?
It was the corner of Figueroa and 9th, and the light was red here. It was like 5 cars deep, just all this down. This guy comes out of his parking lot, realizes the mistake, and instead of turning around as the cars start going, he just floors it and turns right on.
Oh,
9th
nice,
Street.
nice. Okay.
It was well done.
That's
I was like,
ballsy.
you got to do it.
Did you like the tweet?
It was a good tweet. Yeah.
What was the tweet today?
Just something about how
I hail from a place called the Inland Empire. It's not as cool as it sounds.
That's nice. That's really good. That's really good.
the Inland Empire sounds like a cool place.
It does. It's not. It's not cool. Other people are like coming to the.
I read about it though last night. I read quite a bit about it. And there's a lot of.
You wasted your time.
So I have a little knowledge now about it.
That's fine.
But I didn't realize it was so big. Your hometown is like 300,000 people.
It's not small.
That's a substantial city. Yeah. That's like Boston's like.
Feels smaller.
Isn't Boston like Isn't San Francisco like 500,000? So you're like your city is.
Well, yeah, but San Francisco is only 7 by 7. Like Riverside's
true.
big. Like the problem with the Inland
That's a
Empire
good
is the
point.
farther out you go, the more spread out it is. So like San Bernardino County is like the next county over, I think, and it's just the biggest thing on the. I think it's the biggest county in like
Who
the
named
United
it the
States.
Inland Empire?
I don't.
The inland people when they came and took it over.
They have a magazine called Inland Empire. Maybe they were just
You
like,
think that's
what's
what
the
came
name of
first?
that? They were like, it's a really good name. It's catchy. It sounds very dominant though, right? It does sound like
It sounds like you guys
shock
are like.
troopers should be coming for you at night.
You sound like an isolationist empire that that just doesn't get involved in other people's
Inland,
affairs.
because we're inland.
Yeah. Don't bother us.
We got a big
We
wall.
want commerce, no war.
We take no sides in any
That's amazing.
skirmish.
Love it.